"I'll make you walk again on your feet," said 12-year-old Kevin Washington, his voice echoing through the courtroom. Judge William Carter, paraplegic for 8 years, looked up in disbelief. Laughter erupted. "That kid has lost his mind," someone muttered. Kevin was there because his mother, Deborah, faced false embezzlement charges. She'd worked as a courthouse janitor for 15 years. $50,000 had disappeared from the safe, and the poor black woman was the obvious suspect. "This is a serious court, not a circus," Judge Carter said sharply. "Your mother is guilty. There are no miracles here." Kevin didn't look away. "I know who stole the money and how to prove it." More laughter. But no one noticed the digital recorder in his backpack, or how his eyes fixed on the judge's assistant, Thomas Mitchell, who stopped laughing when Kevin mentioned the thief. "Your mother had access and opportunity," Carter continued. "Poverty is always motive enough." Kevin watched Mitchell closely. The man wore a new Rolex, too expensive for a clerk's salary. He drove a BMW Kevin had seen in the parking lot. "My mother has worked here 15 years without complaint," Kevin said. "Why steal now?" Prosecutor Davidson laughed. "Because you always steal when you have the opportunity. It's in your nature." Kevin had spent 6 months investigating everyone in that courtroom. He'd grown up watching his mother humiliated, treated as invisible or suspicious, but he'd also grown up watching, listening, memorizing. "I can prove my mother is innocent," Kevin said again. Mitchell's hands shook visibly on the table. Then a firm voice echoed from the back. "The boy is right." Attorney Patricia Williams walked down the aisle. "I am here to represent the Washington family." She was nationally famous for exposing judicial corruption with a 97% win rate. Kevin had called her 3 weeks ago. For weeks they'd worked in secret documenting Mitchell's expensive casino visits, his new $300,000 house purchased with cash. "I formally request reopening the investigation," Patricia announced, presenting a federal order. Mitchell tried to leave, but Kevin pointed at him. "Mr. Mitchell, could you explain how you bought a $300,000 house last month on a $45,000 salary?" The silence was deafening. "The security cameras show you returning to the building at 11:47 p.m. on March 15th, Kevin continued. Mitchell stood abruptly. Federal agents appeared at the door. "Mr. Mitchell, we need to talk about your financial activities." As Mitchell was escorted out, Kevin turned to Carter. "Do you still think my mother stole the money?" "It's not over yet," Kevin said. He connected his laptop to the sound system. "Over 6 months, I recorded everything. Every racist comment, every joke about my mother. The recordings played." Davidson's voice. "Blacks always steal when they get the chance." Carter's laugh followed. "That's why you don't even need to investigate much." The room exploded. Carter's own voice echoed. "These black cases are always the same. Guilty until proven innocent. These recordings have been sent to the National Council of Magistrates, the press, and the FBI," Patricia announced, as Carter processed his downfall. A strange sensation ran through his legs. First tingling, then pressure. His toes moved. "Are you feeling something different?" Kevin asked quietly. Carter's legs responded after 8 years. When he stood trembling, it wasn't celebration. It was the physical symbol of his complete humiliation. "I said I would make you walk," Kevin murmured. "But I didn't say it would be the way you expected." Deborah wept with relief. Kevin watched with calm serenity. The 12-year-old had taught grown men that underestimating someone because of skin color is always a fatal mistake. 6 months later, Carter had resigned, his reputation destroyed. Mitchell got 8 years for embezzling over $200,000. Davidson lost his law license. Kevin became a national sensation. Universities offered scholarships. Patricia Williams became his mentor. Deborah was promoted to administrative supervisor. "My son taught me that visibility isn't given. It's taken when we stand up for what's right." Kevin created a YouTube channel teaching children about their rights. Injustice has no age, so neither should the fight against it. A year later, in a television interview, Kevin explained, "My mother taught me that when you see injustice, you have 2 choices. Accept it or fight it. Accepting was never an option." Carter watched from his small apartment. He could walk perfectly, but his life was ruined. The irony wasn't lost on him. A 12-year-old had fulfilled an impossible promise. But the cure cost more than paralysis ever did. Kevin proved that age doesn't determine wisdom. Skin color doesn't define ability. And sometimes the most powerful underestimate those who carry true power. At 15, he attends a top school on scholarship, helping families victimized by racial injustice. Kevin Washington's story became legendary because he proved that true strength lies not in position, but in the courage to fight for truth when everyone chooses the comfortable lie. Justice isn't a privilege for the powerful. It's a right for anyone brave enough to demand it.